Morning people, how's it going? I wanted to take a moment and talk to you guys about segmenting your audience. Now, before we get into the segmentation part, I just want to share a small story. The other day, I was sitting at a restaurant enjoying my meal, and this doesn't usually happen in Dubai, where the owner of the restaurant walks up to you and asks about how the meal was. But in this restaurant, the owner did. The experience was good, the food was good, everything was great, and we got talking, and since I'm in digital marketing, we got talking digital marketing stuff and how and just little tactics and nuggets. I'm sorry it's a little windy. I'm trying to sit here so that it's the wall behind me blocks the wind, but that's the nice thing. But anyways, moving on to the story. I was talking to the restaurant owner, and she said that all of her friends who are in digital marketing are talking to her and telling her that you should segment and target your audience and create smaller pockets of audience and all this stuff. And she said she doesn't want to do that because she wants to target everyone and she wants to get everyone here. And that's when I wanted to talk to her and tell her this boy would have come across a little not polite, so I did not do it. I thought I'll make a video, share my story, ask you guys what you guys think, and then probably next time when I go there I'll talk to her about this. But what I wanted to tell her, and this is what I think, and this is a little bit of my thoughts and what I picked up from Philip Kotler. Segmentation is not required because you need to exclude a certain audience. Sure, that is a part of it, but most importantly, the main agenda that I feel segmentation is required is to identify the audience that you can provide most value to. Now, that can happen for me as a personal brand, and when you create your reputation, who do you want to create, or who can you provide most value? Like these videos, not everybody's going to get the maximum value out of this. Some people who probably might find a lot more value than other people who probably know this stuff, right? So just understanding who is this audience that we can give better value than our competition can. So that is, I think, the power of segmentation, to know this person I can go after and that person will love it because that nobody can give that person the way I can give it, and I know I can do a better job at that. So that was just the agenda behind segmentation, because what happens in most companies I have worked with, a lot of them, what we try to do is we try to boil the ocean with a little budget, and that is not a great idea. It never turns out to be a success. Anyways, there are a lot of ways. Let's move into a bit of a technicalities. There are a lot of ways that you can segment your audience, and a lot of people do cross segmentation, but there are a couple of main pillars, which are psychographic, behavioral, then you have demographic, you have geographic. These are the 5 main top pillars that one can pick and create multi-segments which are cross. Could be demo geographic, could be demo behavioral, and things of that nature. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but these are the pillars. What I really found interesting from Philip Kotler was a couple of points that I think we should keep in mind that qualify a segment to be a segment, right? Now, here's what the book says. There are a couple of things that you need to requirements for a segment to be an effective segment. First one is it should be measurable, it should be accessible, it should be substantial amount of people, it should be differentiable, and it should be actionable. If two segments need similar things, then can you club them into one larger segment? Maybe. Right, so just keeping these 5 areas in mind and evaluating a segment from that perspective is really interesting. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was one thing that's really unique to each company is, even if you find the right segment, what is important is to understand if we can deliver extreme value to that segment or not. And if we can't, then probably we need to go for a smaller segment. So that is one way to, if you can't provide end-to-end value to that segment, then maybe you need a smaller segment. I think that's my personal way of looking at it. In next video, what I'll do is I'll share a small example of a brand that was given in Philip Kotler, which is Zipcar. Now that company changed its segment and exploded its business growth. So I'll share some of the story from Zipcars in the next video. Let me know your thoughts on segmenting your audience. Would love to have a chat with you guys. Bye bye.